Proud of our tradition of excellence in manufacturing, marketing, and installing central vacuum systems for over 45 years, Travac Industries Limited maintains its high service standards by offering this video guide. Whether you're a trained entrepreneur, a self-builder, or a handy person, this video has been specially designed to save you time and ensure that your central vacuum system installation meets the standards of your warranty. The shooting was done in both new and existing constructions to highlight the differences in installation. Without being exhaustive, this video guide is a starting point, as there are several construction layouts. It should be used jointly with your printed owner's manual. First, check that your installation kit is complete. It should include low voltage wire, pipe straps, pipe couplings, 90-degree short start elbows, 45-degree elbows, wire tie wraps, T90-degree PVC connections, sweep and long 90-degree starting elbows for high-to-hose installation, mounting plates, central vacuum inlets, PVC cement, and central vacuum PVC piping. But of course, your installation starts by a detailed analysis of your home structure and of your needs previously established with your sales representative. The first installation step is the planning. Identify or mark on your house plan the position of all system parts, taking into account the unit model, the chosen accessories, and evacuation system. You'll respectively mark the location of all interior and exterior wall inlets, the floor and beam holes, the other accessories, the central vacuum unit, and of the high-to-hose piping network if you opted for this innovative and practical accessory. At this stage, get your contractor to check and approve your installation markings. This will help avoid conflict with the installation of other components such as plumbing or electricity. With your approved marking plan in hand, on-site marking may begin, and you'll start by identifying the position of your indoor wall inlets. To position your central vacuum inlets, consider hallways or centrally located openings in your home rather than particular rooms or enclosed areas. Most homes have 2 floor levels, so start at the bottom floor. Make sure you can reach all the space you want vacuumed with the length of the flexible hose chosen, 30, 35, or 40 feet for a standard hose, or 30, 40, or 50 feet for a retractable hose. You should ideally position upper inlets vertically above the lowest one. To make sure you stay within the proper hose length, successively measure from the farthest corners to the intended inlet position. The longest measure should not surpass the flexible hose length. Especially in an existing house, you may have to work around obstacles. Here, the support beam would prevent the vertical inlet connection between floors. You would move the intended inlet position on the closest adjacent wall, making sure the vertical piping of the inlet is possible from behind or through a wardrobe. In an existing construction, use a beam detector to position the inlet between beams. Mark the center of your inlet to a height of 12 to 18 inches, or in line with the center of the existing electrical outlets. You can then go on and mark the beam, frame, and floor holes. An elbow is an excellent template for your beam, floor, or frame holes. Apply against the beam and trace around. The mounting plate of the hose is also an excellent template for floor holes. Drill with a long and narrow bit. This hole becomes your mark. Enclosed or poorly ventilated spaces may decrease the lifespan of your unit. The 3 best places to position the central vacuum unit are the garage, the mechanical room, or underneath a staircase. Here, the mechanical room is ideal to install the central vacuum unit for space practicality and venting purposes. A tank positioned at waist height will make it easy to empty. The electric outlet is also ideally located above right of the central vacuum unit. Speaking of electricity, have your electrician check the circuit breaker connected to this jack. It must sustain adequate charge for optimal unit operation based on the chosen 15 amp 120 volt or 15 amp 240 volt. Lastly, since the location is contiguous to the back outside wall, it facilitates the connection of the mandatory outside evacuation system necessitated in efficient energy homes of NovoClimate standards type. The air outlet of the outside evacuation system should be positioned at a minimum of 7 feet from any air intake. Inlets are identified, not outlets. Never place an outlet directly above or under another air exit, but slightly away. To mark, carefully drill in the joist about 2 1/2 inches above the concrete with enough wick to go through the structure. The hide-a-hose system consists of an independent piping network connected to the main vacuum piping system. You should position the bottom of the hide-a-hose inlet 36 inches high. The retractable hose slips inside the same special air PVC pipes used for piping connections. To minimize friction, the network needs to be built circularly with no more than 4 to 5 90-degree sweep elbows. Its maximum length from the outlet should not exceed 60 feet. As you can see, the hide-a-hose inlet differs from other wall inlets. So will its marking. In an existing home, find your stud. Measure the in-between center point, which will correspond to the center of your hide-a-hose inlet. Adjust the mark height to 36 inches. That's the bottom center line of the inlet. Use the back plate of the inlet as a template. Use a level and then draw its contour. When planning the hide-a-hose piping network, take the time to check where you'll place each 90-degree sweep to avoid obstacles. Also keep in mind what type of finished ceiling you intend to put up after. Mark your beam holes using an elbow as a template. Your marks are done, so sharpen up the tools, you're ready to install. To join a PVC pipe section to any junction, elbow, socket, ring, or T, spread PVC cement evenly around the pipe, not in the junction. PVC glue works fast. Do not delay before assembling. Turn the pipe as you insert to avoid air bubbles and ensure a tighter seal. The higher the temperature, the faster the cement bond. This pipe cutter is the preferred tool for making straight cuts, but can be difficult to buy or rent. You can also cut PVC special air pipes using miter saws. Measure the distance between the inside of the female ends of the junctions. Report it on the PVC pipe, mark, and cut. Dry assembly before affixing the adhesive is a good way to validate your measure. Each inlet requires a short 90-degree start elbow that you need to install immediately after screwing the inlet's mounting plate to a beam. It is necessary to avoid unwanted objects from getting sucked into the system. I repeat, use the smaller 90-degree start elbows previously cemented to a piece of tubing of about 8 inches. Then stick to the back of the socket. 90-degree start elbows are designed to fit with both 2x3 and 2x4 division-built walls. Make sure to align the identified division type side of the elbow facing the wall. Most installations will require 2 or 3 inside wall inlets. In a finished construction, locate your mark and drill with a 2 1/4 inch wick cutter. In a new construction, measure 12 to 18 inches or align the inlet in height with electrical ground boxes. Place the mounting inlet plate accordingly and screw to the beam. In an existing home, use the mounting plate as a template. Cut its mounting tie and center against the socket hole. Level the inlet and outline. For a precise cut, hand saw the gypsum with a specialized blade inside your previously made marks. Rotate the mounting plate, insert it to see if it fits the contoured cut. If not, cut again. Remember to glue in your 90-degree bypass start elbow immediately. This will facilitate the connection to other system components. In a finished construction only, it is preferable to wire and mount the inlet as you go. Pass the wire through the socket hole, then strip, connect, and screw both to and the trim plate. This will lock the inlet to the wall. It can now withstand upcoming piping connection. The 90-degree start elbow bypass will be installed from the wardrobe. To drill proper outside inlet holes, use a long bit adapter combined with a wider wicker cutter than used for inside plates. A 2 1/2 inch hole is required to leave insulation space. Center the wicker cutter on the mark and drill. For an exit inlet, cut about 2 feet of PVC and let some slack hang outside. Glue the exit inlet to the extruding pipe. Adjust the position of the exit inlet to the intended exterior finish of your house. Add the isolating urethane, then let dry before connecting more pipes inside. With all inlets in place and bypass elbows glued on, you can move on to piping connections. From the lowest inlet, combine small, long 45, 90-degree elbows and PVC sections to deviate when necessary. Piping should be installed away from the beams. You wouldn't want pipes pierced by screws during drywall installation. When you must laterally deviate to reach another outlet, the horizontal portion of the pipe must be laid at level. Use piping fasteners as you lengthen the pipe. 90-degree tees become necessary to join more than 2 inlets together. In this house, an extra inlet is installed on the median stair level for easy access to the garage. If you chose the hide-a-hose, now's the time to get into it, starting with its inlet. In a new construction, build a solid lumber support to fasten the inlet on. Again, the important thing is to center the inlet between the studs to prevent pierced piping at the drywall stage. The inlet mounting plate rightly serves as a template for determining the width of the support and the floor hole. If you haven't already marked and drilled, then screw on the inlet mounting plate, its bottom 36 inches high. You can then pull in 12 inches of slack wire in the inlet. This slack is necessary for the electrical connection. Screw in the back plate. Next, glue a section of special air PVC pipe long enough to help piping the underneath floor. In a finished construction, insert the mounting plate in the hole. Pull the inner frame to make sure it fits well with the gypsum. The hide-a-hose inlet is normally installed after drywall is put up. The principle